Being an adventurous hero is a double-edged sword. On the one hand, there's the thrill of dangerous challenges in far-off lands. On the other hand, things become tiresome and dull quickly. It wasn't long before Jason's eyes wandered away from his wife, the sorceress Medea, to a new, more exciting visage. Jason, completely smitten with the new woman, left Medea, and now Medea is in a rage. She has already killed her sons by Jason and the father of Jason's new wife. Still bloodthirsty, she has decided to exact revenge on you, too.
What did I do?
If you had never sent Jason to retrieve the Golden Fleece, she would still be in Colchis.
Oh,
the sorceress was last seen racing toward the Amazon city of Lemnos in a chariot pulled by 2 fiery dragons to find solace with the warrior women.
I don't know if that's a euphemism or not, but Jason... Why can't these heroes just, you know, keep themselves to themselves, and whenever they do have like philanderings, why do I have to get involved? Yeesh. Anyway, let's pick up these pieces. I mean, I wouldn't mind, but I'm not chasing after mistresses, I'm just building cities. Yeesh. So here we are in Corinth, and an initial look at the land makes me immediately suspicious of awful lot of fertile land up here. We've got access to the sea. That's no good for anybody because we can't fish. There's a nice bit of bronze there, which we can make use of, which is nice. Our primary exports. Oh, we can make wine. We can make timber. We can make armor. I'm very suspicious. This looks like a very nice place to be. Although, like I said, I've been inundated with the amount of fertile land. It's actually making me a little bit nervous. I'm not quite sure where to build our housing section. I'm going to review the goals again because I don't know if I actually went through them in the review section, and I've slept since then. I mean, yes, the way this is edited, it looks like we've gone straight from one to the other, but that's not happened. So I've got to support 2 triremes, support 12 hoplites or better, and produce 36 suits of armour in 1 year. And I had a quick look at this, and Iolcus is a good place to start with getting supplies. They sell fleece, buy armour, buy wine. I don't think they need to bother with anybody else, really. Yeah, maybe Lemnos to get the initial wood being sold. But frankly, I think we can forget about everyone else. Yeah, so it's just Iolcus and Lemnos. But that doesn't solve the initial conundrum of where I'm actually going to build this housing block. I think I'm going to do like a cardinal sin here and actually build housing on fertile land, unless I can clear this away, which I also don't want to do because timber is my livelihood. But if we make this rather straggly road into something a bit more efficient, and that across there, we'll put that across there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's no good. So we'll try again with that across there like that, and that across there like that, and then those there like that. It's a good job I've got 11,000 drachma to play around with, because this could get expensive. Now that is a little bit more like it. I mean, I guess I could have moved it a little bit further away from, well, a little bit into the field, but I am just so, like, well, I'm kind of paranoid, because this is such a nice setup. I've got a horrible feeling everything's going to go wrong, and it's going to start going wrong here, where there's plenty of space and there's plenty of arable land. It's play this game long enough, and you just get a sense of paranoia about all good fortune. It's a reasonable lesson for life, really. So we'll set up, unlike the last time in Iolcus, where I practically did everything at once, I'm going to be... Moderation is the name of the game. So we'll have just enough to get things started. So we'll have like just a wheat farm here. Now what I'm thinking is ultimately to spread that out into a nice grid like that with... Good lord, I can actually raise taxes in this one. I am thoroughly suspicious of what's going to happen in this. Everything is going to go wrong. You can... I'm sure of it. This is such an auspicious start. I can tax my people. I've got profit-making opportunities right off the bat. I'm just... I don't know what to say. I was going to build a road over here to the sea. And... how am I going to do this? Got to carry on building as many houses in here as possible. Do the regular stuff. I don't know what to really comment on it. I mean, you've seen this. Well, how many times have you seen this? In this episode, you've seen it. In this adventure, you've seen it once, like the initial city build-up. I don't think we're actually going to go back to Iolcus, you know. So perhaps I should have spent more time showing it off. But funny, I thought that all these adventures had to finish off in the big city. So you got like a final chance to play around with that place you've been spending all your time building up. But no, the migrants come in from that direction. I thought they'd come from here for some reason. Still, what a thing. How about that? That doesn't seem very efficient, does it? Maybe I'll move the maintenance office just over a smidgen. I'm aware that I'm like 3 minutes in, at least. And I've already gone on a tangent, one tangent, and forgotten where I'm at. And I've got a feeling it's going to happen quite a few more times before, I don't know, something happens. Again, it's this idea of like multitasking, isn't it? You're just sort of trying to talk while also trying to build a city. Without the aid of a planning office. Actually, I quite like, I mean, this is a bit self-complimentary, I guess, the idea of this cliff city, like building the housing block on the cliffs. Is that worth a thing? Or is that just going to get in the way of the housing? So the plan is, farming up here, logging down here, trading down here, bronze over here, and I don't know, wolves over here. Wolves over here? I don't know. I don't know where the elite housing is going to go. I might put them down there. So I could probably make this whole area just into a weapons... an armory. Yeah, a weapons thing. But what the game might be trying to do is make sure I can't get to the bronze because of the wolves. However, I like to think that I'm one step ahead of the game here. And maybe I am just being paranoid, but isn't that part of the fun? Now, where's a good place to put, like, the colleges and stuff like that? Or I'll not bother for the time being, I'll just have a gym. Hold that thought, that's very useful, Iolcus. Greetings, by Jingo. Ariscus of Iolcus. Oh, so hang on a second. I'm of Iolcus. Don't you get ideas of your station? However, I will take your skeins of fleece. And possibly olive oil, but that's going to be some wild distance. I imagine. Having said that, I did have 11,000 drachma. I no longer have 11,000 of drachma. You get 24, and then get 8. And then we can have a... That's the wrong button. A fleece vendor there, and then we can get these people up and running pretty quickly. How much food do we produce? None. Because there's nobody to do the farms. But it's a nice thought, but I would quite like some food at the minute. Perhaps I should buy some. Does anybody sell food? No, they sell fleece, wine. No, they buy. They don't do anything. Libya. For the time being, Libya can be my friend. Just to get the city started, it might be an idea just to buy some wheat in. Just enough for one shipload. And then... Because I never usually do this, but I don't know why. Like, far better surely to just buy the food in, get everybody, like, established. Actually important enough for 800 people now. Because wheat's not expensive, it's only 30 and I'm buying 12 and that's 360 drachma. It's not a bad price just to get things started, is it? I don't know why I put a question that, like I'm expecting some kind of response or looking for some support. Iolcus, thank you. Hold that thought. We can store excess olive oil here, along with excess fleece. God, he's moving a bit quick. To that chap there doing the unloading, it was just... yeah, lightning fast. So Iolcus is going to give me... these must be the 24 sheaves of thingy whatnot that I did last mission. Did I do wheat as well? Am I expecting some wheat to come after I've bought the stuff? You get it. Yeah, little fellow.
I can't wait to pick out the finest food for my customers.
Actually, credit to her. She's going out and doing a thing. So I've got distracted again. I need to build a gymnasium. The stadium, I don't know what I'll do with that. Think it through. So, yeah, resource-wise, we've actually got enough for townhouses. I mean, we're a long way off that. Because if I stick a podium in there and then a college up... yeah, the college up there. So I always have that idea in my mind that it's supposed to take a while before housing can really upgrade. But there's really no reason. I mean, we started this in March, it's now August, and I've got everything set up so that resource-wise I can go up to townhouses, and in terms of amenities, I can go up till, I don't know, well there, but they can go one step up. Desirability is going to be a problem. We'll have a quick check. We are still short of employees, but that's fine. Because 208 people are going to come in next month. And we've already got through some of that wheat from Libya. Housing for 360. Good stuff. Why aren't I producing philosophers? Perhaps I'm being impatient here. I'm trying to get things moving because I've got this, like I say, I've got this horrible feeling that something's going to go wrong, and quickly. When we get to full employment, I'll start looking at a foundry. One foundry and then one weaponsmith. might put the trading station down here, because I'll be buying skeins of fleece and they can go there, because apparently these people are willing to walk quite some way. To the appeal of the neighbourhood. Neighbourhood's perfectly appealing. Reduce neighbourhood's appeal. Well, you know what's less appealing? It's getting sick and dying of disease. See, these people. They refuse to get out of their hovels. What about if I build a hedge maze? There you go. Oh, nice. But not nice enough, so I'll put a second hedge maze in. And you want olive oil. I can provide olive oil, just not... I've not got a regular supply. I've got quite a bit in stockpile. And like I say, these people are going to take a while to get through it. I can't remember the rate of use of olive oil, but this 24 jugs ought to last quite a while. Right, we've got some unemployment now. Right, Libya's interesting. They actually, I can actually export wine to them. So what might be an idea... Oh. Well, there goes that trading opportunity. What am I supposed to do with this wood now, then? Oh well, best laid plans and all that. Still, as a plan, it wasn't bad. It lasted for, well, about 9 months. Now, Iolcus buys armour, sells fleece. It's not bad. Does anybody sell olive oil? Iolcus should. I made sure of that. Libya does, but that's going to cost an awful lot. Right, I can't make sculptures because that would be too generous. So we're coming up to the end of year 1. It's not a bad settlement. Not a bad settlement. Going to put, thank you, a trading post to Iolcus there. It's kind of equidistant. We can buy the fleece, we can sell the armour can be made here. This isn't too bad in terms of city planning. These people need to stop eating. Or start growing grapes. Not a bad idea. So I'll have 2, 3 growers' lodges and as many grapevines as necessary to get started on the export industry, and then we could have a storehouse here that stores the grapes. I don't know where to build the wine presses though. Possibly somewhere that comes down here. I might have the wine presses down here. I could export a lot of wine actually. Well, Dionysus. Right, you're moaning about the appeal of the neighbourhood again. Carry on doing that, I'll give you something real to moan about. Something like that. God, even that threat sounded a bit tired. I don't know what's come over me. But, I just can't tyrannize as much as with such vigor as I used to. These are suspiciously. Oh, there we go. They need more access to culture. Well, what I might do, because at no time like the present. Housing for 328. We've got plenty of food. I mean, important enough for 1,000. And you know, if people starve, it's not my fault, it's Libya's fault. I don't know where to start. So while the grape growers are growing the grapes,
I'm Dionysus,
Ooh.
god of the vine. Worship me, and fruits of the vine will burst forth.
you'll also be able to harvest grapes from my own vineyard, and all the vines in your city will yield more grapes. Well, I don't need to do that, but I might do. Depends how we get on. If I'm feeling like we're making progress, I'll do something to halt that progress, because that's the kind of thing I do. Right, it needs build 2 trireme wharfs, is it? Yeah. Support 12 hoplites or better, 36 suits of armour in a year. Might get started on the weapons, since we're here. 2 foundries and... oh, I don't know. I really don't know, actually. I don't know how many foundries how many armories a single foundry can provide for. I guess we'll find out. So we'll start with 2, and we'll have a storehouse around about here. Crikey. Crikey. That was a double whammy of bad news. Being invaded and people weren't paying more. That's going to sting, because Lemnos is very powerful. Also, he changed his tune pretty quick, don't you think? Was I supposed to have a trireme ready by now? Because I can't help but feel that it's been a pretty swift start. Or I'll do it the Iolcus way. Oh, but if I surrender, will it break my ties to thingamajig? Can I call on my can I call on anybody for anything? Well, what's the point? Why is the point now an ally if I can't request defensive aid? Iolcus, what can you do for me? Yeah. It might help. But he can't bring that much. He's only got... I don't know why he's only 2 shields. I left the place with a very solid military. Jason approved of it anyway. I mean, what I could do is try for the old tower. Yeah, the old Rabble and Tower defense. It worked quite well last time. I don't like that olive oil being there. You get more, then we'll put the gatehouse across here, the wall, the tower. We need the wall first and then the tower, and then the tower. Well, a tower up there. And the game says I need some walls to go out so we can have patrols. So I'll do as I'm told, because that's what I do. Although that's not possible. Well, the game did warn me it was going to be militaristic. I just didn't think it'd be so militaristic quite so quick. From a former ally as well. Oh, that's a point. I'll need a palace. Because these people haven't been paying taxes. Useful. Thank you. Hold that thought. And the Nemean games begin. Everything's happening far too quickly. I just wanted a nice quiet bit of city building to finish off a nice Sunday night. But that's not for me. It's not happening. I was just about to do something then. I can't remember for the life of me what it was. It might have been self-defense. No, that was it. Yes, a palace. We'll build it here initially. And for the love of God, let's get these people taxed. And been wanting to do that for so many episodes now. Right. Shift the olive oil inside. I don't know how well this is going to work. A horrible feeling it might not work at all. But we do have a reasonable amount of rabble for 5 companies. Some towers. And we have some unemployment as well. A little bit. We could probably get started on a... Oh yeah. That's going to hold things back a bit. But I hope they don't collapse while they're producing some weapons that I probably need. You accept some armour. Ah! I'll just pay 1,500 drachma. Problem solved. And I can build a commemorative monument so these grumpy fellas can do something useful. Or should I save that for the posh housing? I don't know. It's too late. That's all I know. Although 1,500, I probably could have. I could have bought them off. He says. I could have fought them off. He says. Now I'm all fighting talk now that they're leaving. Still, that's a nice little warning from the game to remind me that this is a militaristic mission, and I'm not being militaristic enough. To that end, I'm going to get confused as to where the foundries are. I'll put a third one in, and another trireme wharf. No, not what am I talking about? Another armory, not another trireme wharf. And then the trade station to Iolcus, which I demolished. Rebuild that down there. Export armour. For the time being, most of. How are the grapes looking? And I'm hoping all the invasions come from this direction. I'd hate for it to come from here, but at least it would go into the posh housing where... Hey, by jingo, you inferior lout. Oh, not again. Lemnos demands wood. I don't have a timber industry yet, and they want it in 3 months. That is not happening. But what I will do is I will set up a timber industry to build some ships. And I'll pack in some more common housing. Let's really get these slums up and running. There we go. I'm a bit torn. I don't know what to do first. Do I do triremes or do I do posh housing? I can try and do both. Or do I try to stabilise my economy? Because I realise that I've not actually exported anything yet. And where are you going?
Who am I, Odysseus? How much longer do I have to travel before I reach my destination? And where's Calypso?
I'm not entirely sure why you go in that direction, but, you know. Hey-ho. By Jingo, our city's slow and weak contestants were defeated at the Nemean Games. Well, don't sugarcoat it. Tell me what actually happened. So it looks like the 3-to-4 ratio is keeping everybody busy. You've also got to factor in like how close they are to the copper as well. Good stuff. Housing and employment, it's there. Ooh, that looks bountiful. So it might be an idea to have a few. Hygiene is deteriorating. We'll have a few wineries down here.
I'm Dionysus, god of the vine.
So you said.
Worship me, and fruits of the vine will burst forth.
Export some wine to you. Export some wine. What was that? City needs more workers. Export some wine to you. Grow more grapes. Probably grow more wheat. I have got through all of my starting cash. I'm now down to my last 2,000 drachma. But at least I'm exporting stuff now, and I'm taxing my population. Stymphalos needs wood. Dearest Bajingo, I, Agapinor Stymphalos, have a favour to ask of you. Well, since you've asked nicely, I might actually try and do something about that. So we'll set up a... You hold nothing but wood. There it is, up at the top. Is that in reverse alphabetical order? No, it's not. It's not in any particular order by the looks of it. No. No, that's in no order whatsoever, is it? I'll pay people a bit more because I want to get some timber going. I will move them later because I don't like how much stuff is being done here. I've got room for another 376 people. You need some more entertainment, but if I have a working stadium, you won't. Hygiene is perfect and rising. Is that even possible? So just a little thing like this, perhaps make it a little bit shorter. And we'll have the uncommon Angora. I don't know. Move that out of the way, move that out of the way, and have the Angora sort of here. You know, out of the way. Because I imagine they're not pleasant to live next door to. Although having said that, it's a Mediterranean culture, and it's probably quite desirable to pop down to the Agora to have a chat and drink some Retsina and the old cafe culture and everything like that. I don't know. Might make it a problem to try to get to sleep near an Agora. So we'll have that, and we will have a maintenance shed and a tax office, because I can. And we do have quite a few jugs of marble, jugs of olive oil left. Oh, we've got a population monument as well. And we can build boulevards, but I don't want to. Oh, that's expensive. Let's hold back on that until I actually make some money. Right. Probably another grower's lodge might be the idea. That grape harvest was underwhelming. Very underwhelming. So I don't know what to do first. I want to do everything. I want it all, and I want it now. Yeah. I can do without you trying to invade me as well, because you're also quite powerful. A bit of hush money. That's all right. I'm. Oh, that armor's already been sold. What's that classed as? Bribes / tribute paid. Gifts and aid given. It was hardly a gift, and I don't think it was aid. It literally was extortion. So, oh, I don't dress it up, game. It's a bit weak. Right, Stymphalos, how much time have I got to do your request? 3 months. No problem. Still apathetic though. Ooh, what? I might have to put a halt to this wheat. People need to have to stop eating till we start selling wine. Perhaps I've just got a really inefficient setup. What I was thinking was, they'd distribute the grapes to the storehouse, and the storehouse would do whatever needed to be done to keep these people stocked. But that doesn't seem to be happening. What seems to be happening is they seem to be depositing like a single... Yeah, they've got 4 loads of grapes there, and rather than dumping it off here, which is what I wanted them to do, they've taken them down to the wineries, straight off the bat. So I have a horrible feeling that the grapes are actually being wasted. So much for that. Oh god, they're coming in again for... What? 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 What is this? That was a horrendous month. I'm being invaded again, this time with no money to actually fend them off. I don't want to buy any wheat, thank you. Iolcus requisitions suits of armour without paying for them. So you could almost have them. Stymphalos still wants some wood, and then I'm being invaded again by Lemnos. It's Jason's fault. And I still haven't got around to building a anything resembling a military. But I do have a few more companies of rabble to throw at them, so I'm feeling quite comfortable. 10. How many does Stymphalos want? How long have I got? I've got 1 month to make 3 planks of wood. Oh, what I can do, Iolcus can have... They can't have the armour. Funny, I thought they could do. Right, there's a slight overproduction of bronze there, which is good. I've still got 10 wood. That's not going up, no matter how much you right click on it. Eee. Me vines. Well, fortunately, it seems to have stopped there. Right. There's 5, 6. I seem to have lost some armour somewhere. Yes, I've lost some armour. You can have the planks of wood. Since I can't sell anymore, I probably ought to close the industry down for the time being. And reuse the people somewhere. High unemployment is the problem. Well, maybe I should have kept them employed then. That's disappointing. I really wanted that to work better than it has done. In fact, that's not got any grapes there, and they've got 3 loads of grapes there. I think there's another harvest coming in. It's in October. So, what's going on? Presumably there's a carrier that's taking... Also, where's he going? Where are my grapes? Where's my armour? And where is something else to make it into a list of 3? Oh, what are my prospects of survival in the next couple of minutes? Actually, no, not a foundry. I could have done without wasting that money, because I might need it to bribe, what's his face? Seriously, why is there grapes in there and no grapes there? In 1 month, Lemnos is coming. Naxos needs woods. You don't know why we need it. We just trust us. We need it in 3 months. You want 28 planks in 3 months. Be reasonable, the people. Oh, I'll give you your wood, but give me a chance. Or is that another one of these requests that I'm just not supposed to fulfill? And I still not got around to having any nice housing. And I'm running out of the... Well, I'm not running out of the olive oil that I start the game with, but when the chaps invade, they're probably going to destroy that.
I'm Dionysus, god of the vine.
Very nice, but I don't think you're going to...
The vine will burst forth.
I don't think you're going to help me. Unless you can get the Amazons drunk. How much armour have I got now? Iolcus... It's still 9. Still 8, and I need 9. Oh, you're coming back. So when you get back, I can send that off, and then I can... That'll protect, in a sense, the armour that's in there by just shipping it off. Forget about it. Then there's only the olive oil, which... I may as well use this to get some olive oil now then. Empty that out. Don't worry about the fleece. I'm going to rebuild the wineries over here. Which is probably what I should have done to begin with. make that into a nice little block, so it's kind of efficient. And Dionysus is actually wandering around where the wineries are, so that's pretty reasonable. And that'll have its own maintenance sheds. Oh, I don't know. There. I mean, this could all be for nothing, because I could end up being invaded. And I'd say I've not got the funds to fight them off now. I've got 3 wood, but Naxos wants a whole lot more. 28 in 3 months. Whew. Perhaps going to use that as an excuse to cancel an alliance and invade me. Okay, Amazon war party from Linus is upon us, determined to destroy the city. I don't have a choice. Where are they invading from? Fortunately, it's mainly galleys, and they... 1 enemy transport, 2 enemy transports. So we'll man the towers. And... rabble to the rescue, I think. Three, 4, 5. Got a thought, and yes, it was painful. So can stick a tower on there. Does need access to a road, that's right. Can provide that. So at very least I can just sort of pepper them with shrapnel all the way down here, so that by the time they get to the rabble, they're probably pretty damaged. What's that? Oh, it's landed. One, two, that's quite significant. Still, I'm happy with the old tower and rabble defense. I'd also have been happy to bribe them and like really lick boots, give them exactly what they demanded. I'm not above completely prostrating myself, just for the sake of an easy life. I wonder, can I put tower up there as well? No, that's too close to the enemy. Could probably put something there as well. There we go. Looks alright. Can I put adjacent wall there so that we'd have an additional sprite come out? Or is that also going to be in the wrong location? Probably. Well, I would have done, but I can't now because they're probably too close. Oh, I'm not calling the troops. That's not too bad actually, considering that all the employed workforce are currently out in the field doing something that is not their day job. I can maintain this a little bit, I guess. I mean, I could do the old HEFO, like one group sacrifice themselves by actually getting into the nitty-gritty of it, and everybody else throws some rocks until something happens. And actually, this isn't a bad angle to look at the city from. I mean, it's not due north though, so we'll stop doing that. That's better. What do I shut down while the invasion's taking place? So yeah, those three there are going to be the sacrificial
Call
land.
that an invasion? My grandmother could defeat that army.
I like their attitude. It's gutsy. Those towers are too far away, aren't they? They can't actually reach. I feel as it's something of a problem. Still joining the fun. Always throw some more men at the problem. Not a bad shout. And then let's see where we go from here. I don't know. Actually, I don't know what they're doing. Are they just trying to? By Jingo, I don't seem to see the 28 planks of wood I asked you as an ally for. Well, I'm sorry. I've been a little bit busy. I am trying though. Oh, they're doing a fine job actually. You know, I never used to rate rabble. I thought they were a bit uncouth and not proper military. A blurred line between civilian and military, but I'm all in favour of the blurred line now. Seems to get stuff done with minimal losses. Oh, invasion forces have been defeated. Perhaps somebody ought to tell this lot. Somebody ought to tell that while they're at it. Good stuff. Right, I probably should have done that first time around. So, not manning, stand down, and we can start selling armour again. 24. There's no reason why this can't be a... Thank you. What's my fleece situation? It's actually alright. So is my olive oil situation. And I might actually have a chance to build some elite housing. When I get the chance. How's my unemployment? There is no unemployment. It's quite the opposite. Where are you going? I thought I told you to go home. Oh. Right, before I sell that armour, looks like I need more weaponsmiths. Or armories, or whatever. There. City does need more workers, it needs a lot of everything. I'm not gonna lie. Right, do put a roadblock there, a roadblock there, and then have a stick. Ah. What else is going to collapse? Most things. Huh. Phew, that could have ended badly. I mean, it still might. This is probably going to catch fire. But I did not think that through. Once again, I'm at fault. It's one of the frustrating things about this game. It's like whenever something goes wrong, it's by and large it's because you didn't plan it properly. So the Exchequer's looking better. There you go. Oh, wrong one. Ah, well, at least they won't invade again, I guess. And Naxos has already miffed at me, so ho hum.
I'm Dionysus, god of the vine.
I'll consider it Dionysus, but you know, I'm trying to do 3 things at once here, but I'll put it on the to-do list, don't you worry. So what I'm waiting for now is I want to get a bit of money in so I can make this place look nice with a, not a boulevard, or no, a boulevard, not an avenue, just go around the sides here to make this place a little bit nicer. Put a few houses down, start taxing them, then I can start thinking about triremes. Oh yeah, probably ought to start buying wheat again. Because these people are starting to get a bit hungry. Actually, they're not. We've got some stored food. I'll put those wages back down again. Because just because. And I probably ought to. How many suits of armor am I making? Best is 15. So I'm all in favour of upping that. It's not a bad industry to try to max out. 24 suits of armour is rather a lot. Let's stick another foundry in, just for good measure. That's not a foundry, that is a grapevine. But, there we go. And funnily enough, a foundry is more expensive than armory. Cost of living has risen, and people now expect it to be. Oh god, the bad news just comes in waves. We've got lava and wage rises. Ah! 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 You know, I do feel somewhat vindicated though, because didn't I say this would happen? All that arable land, it just looks too good to be true. Fortunately, I think, can you build a... I think you can build a... Oh, you can't even build a bridge over lava, cooled lava. Right, that's going to be a pain. What? Oh. Everybody wants wood. Right, I've got to rethink this now. So let's ho hum. Right, we'll move that granary out of the way. Get rid of the ruins of the palace. Move the palace down to good stuff. Move the palace down to here. Actually, now I've got some money in the bank. So we'll have an avenue to go round like that, like that, like that, like that. I'll stick the palace back down here. We can have a couple more growers' lodges on the other side of the road. I'm not quite sure how we're supposed to get to this now, because there's a... City doesn't have enough food, but I'm working on it. Oh, I actually don't import enough. So I'll have to grow my own wheat. What is this? We have the growers' lodges going across here. That ought to do something. We'll get rid of that road, it's not doing anything. Don't know where that chap's going. But I hope it makes him happy. Yes, need to rebuild the palace. A matter of urgency. Just think of those tax income that's not coming in. Sends shivers down my spine. So there's the palace. And let's have somebody's house. Oh, come on! Look, I have a victory monument here. There you go. Lost the Olympian Games. Oh, I need some food. I need everything for this Agora as well. So we've got food, fleece, olive oil. You know the drill. Arms, wine, and horses. Oh, come on! Right, it looks like I'm going to have to keep a storage yard full of wood ready at all times for when unreasonable people demand unreasonable amounts in unreasonable time frames. Yeah, that is too distant. You think, that's not too distant. It's there. We'll have this here. This is a really untidy city. I'm not liking the appeal of this. It's most unaesthetic. What I'll do is actually, since I've now got to reconsider where I can build my everything, I can have some wheat farms coming across here. And a nice line like that. This chap, yeah, just forget about this road. So it still connects, but we've got to do a massive U around there. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that actually. The growers are going the wrong way.
Dionysus, god of the vine. Worship me, and fruits of the vine will burst forth.
So it might be an idea to have the growers the other side. Just ruin this year's crop. That was probably the wrong time to do that. But if we have, whatever. But just you wait, when I get a military, I am going to be all over that. And then this little enclave here, we will have Growers' Lodges up the wazoo. There we go. 4 of them there, and we'll move the wineries when they're done doing their thing to here. And then what we'll have at the end here is just a storage. Yeah, no problem. A storage yard that accepts wine and grapes and whatever else. Accept wine, accept grapes, accept whatever else. I need more workers. I need a lot more workers. I need some. I know what I was going to do. I was going to put the stadium in, wasn't I? So having a working stadium there will make these people forget about the fact that they don't have a theatre, theoretically. when it works. There we go. Well, I should be able to cram a few more people in. Maybe. Or maybe not. What are they missing? They've got philosophers, they've got athletes, they've not got actors or competitors. But they should have when the stadium starts working. Oh, I don't know. What I actually could do with is another housing block. But there's not really much space for one. I'm glad I didn't build it up there, I'll tell you that for free. So you don't accept anything. Well, delete you in the not too distant future. What's the food situation? Hale and hearty. Oh, and we need a maintenance shed there. And I need a lot more workers. But I don't know where to put them. Maybe there. Yeah, this can be like the dockyards. That's a good place for common housing. It sounds a bit elitist and snobby of me, but I'm not wrong. How many is that? 3, 2, 3, 4. Now, quick, build a road before it all disappears. Whew. Nicely done. If I say so myself, give myself a nice big pass on the back there. We'll have the connecting road for you, go across there. Like that. You can get some, hopefully you can get your wheat from there. I can feed plenty of people, game. Look how well fed everybody is. Right, they have upgraded, but their problem is that they live in an area of disrepute. Or at least it's just not nice enough for them. So stick a few gardens in, see if that helps. If I build a nice big fish pond there, it'll use up space that is already at a premium. But I hope they appreciate that. We'll have some parks go across here like that. Lovely. Cram them in. Cram them in. So you get wheat up to, I don't know, 16. We'll have a granary here that does something similar. I don't know how many years I've been going now, but it can't be that many. Also get wheat up to 16. You get wheat up to 16. And then we have a granary here that just accepts. Here's the theory. Or I don't know. Just do whatever. We'll have a maintenance. Oh, we'll have a roadblock across here like this. And here's standard. Maintenance shed. Fountain.
I'm Dionysus.
Good stuff. Well done on Dionysus. I'll bear that in mind. Good, jolly good. Don't call us, we'll call you, etc., etc. And the usual food. Fleece. In fact, have I run out of the starting fleece? No, I haven't. That's remarkable. We'll have that there, and a storage yard. I guess. Yeah. Storage yard that just gets the common people supplies. So you get fleece, get olive oil. The works. You need more culture. I can do that for you. So we'll have a gymnasium there, podium there, theatre there. I keep forgetting that we are massively short of employees. I just can't help myself, I just love building. Food's too distant. Okie dokie. Libya needs to oh, they've already sold me their allotted quota. That's going to be a problem. Probably going to have to cut back on something. I'm thinking starting with the wood industry and the bronze industry. That takes us down to 21 workers needed. I can survive that. We can probably actually shut down the armour industry as well. We can have, you know, a college and a drama school. It's alright, I'm working on it. Where are you going? Got housing for 108 more people. I'd like to think got housing for significantly more than that, but Iolcus, I can't actually beg you for food. I mean, that's fine and all, but what if I need some? If I need some, well, I'm in trouble, aren't I? I mean, I can get some triremes on the go. Ooh, I need 36 suits of armour, best is 34. That was a good year. Iolcus, give me some fleece, since you can't do anything else. And I will give you some armour. Possibly. Maybe, let's not be hasty. But I do think I need to clear out some room in the storage yard. We've got some water. You've got all the water you need. The usual there, a gym and a podium. And we'll have college down here as well. So I might hopefully be able to win at least some of the games. What else do you need? A tax collector is what you need. 93% of the population visited by tax. What do you need? You need more culture. Well, we are working on it. What's you short of? Culture tab. You've not got philosophers. But you will have philosophers. They're actually on the way. You've got athletes. You've not got actors, but they're on the way. Why haven't you got actors? You have to work hard to not get actor access. Yeah, why not? Competitors, you've got competitor access. It's all in the works. Why is that philosopher going the long way around? There we go. Now they're worried about appeal. I can deal with that. Ooh, that's the pause key. I wanted to just slow the game down a smidgen. Thank you. let's have a population monument there, and hopefully it should serve for the neighbours as well. Oh, we need 2 crates of food. Oh wow, that's bad. What's still short of employees. Hopefully people don't starve. But because I am actually worried about the food supply now, I'll best put some more wheat farms in. There we go. I feel a bit more confident now because I'm fairly sure that some more... I'm not going to get any more lava. Oh, I know what I've forgotten to do. I was going to build some more wineries down here. Something like that. But that's something for next year, because apparently I've missed the boat again. See, speaking of missing the boat, I'm missing this boat full of grain I'm expecting from Libya. Oh, no problem. Can you do anything for me, fellas? No! Well, let's have a nice couple of hedge mazes, or 3. You can have some benches there and there and there and there, and then just parks the rest of the time. And that is lovely. Too distant. You're supposed to be getting some fleece. Why are you not getting fleece? It's all over there. They're hoarding it. What I might do is I might buy some fleece then. I've got the balance of trade surplus to justify it. And I could probably bring in just a smidgen of olive oil, because apparently I am short of workers, and if I want to get in 2 triremes, I'll need a lot more workers. Says he doesn't have enough food. Says he's got plenty of food. And produced enough for 3,488 people. It's just that that'll be available next year. So that's the problem. Yeah, I just want to get rid of those. And for all the grape that's stored up there, I'm just going to delete that as well. And delete that. And delete that. Not for any particular reason, but it was looking untidy. What I should do with restarting the bronze industry now. But what I might do in that case is shut down the armour industry and open up the bronze industry. So I apparently can't have the 2 open at any one time. Iolcus requisitions armour. There you go. That was my economic lifeline I've just given away there. Hope they appreciate that. And now we wait while the fleece gets in. And we'll put a vendor in there for olive oil before I forget. You could argue it's too late for that. Export wine. You also take wine. So I'm wondering why wine is piling up there. I'm guessing the people at the trading piers just haven't got there yet. I've got so I've got to fill up. I was going to fill this up with some interesting facts about Corinth, but unfortunately I've not got any. I know very little about the place. Apart from they possibly made a bit of hegemony after the Peloponnesian Wars to try and usurp Spartan hegemony, but it didn't go anywhere. So as far as I can tell, 10 years war and nothing was. It was inconclusive. Sort of. I think it ended Spartan hegemony, but didn't grant Corinthian hegemony. And then after that 10 years, there was another war for Theban hegemony that did end up in Theban hegemony, but it was reasonably short-lived. Oh, look at that, straight up to a townhouse. That I'm all about. And since it looks like we don't actually need any more houses anymore, no problem. Give me some fleece. Actually, I don't need fleece for the time being. We are finally starting to run short of olive oil though. It's taken a while.
I'm Dionysus, god of the vine.
Let's have a look at the...
Me and fruits of the vine will burst forth.
Ooh, that's pretty close. 290 workers needed. What the... Oh. I should have taken their warnings about lack of food, shouldn't I? With a bit of luck, they'll move from this one to that one. But that's not happening. Dionysus, stop them. I am not giving Lemnos armour. So not 22 armour. I'll just fight them on the field of battle. Since apparently I can do that. Oh, 468 workers needed. So we'll shut down everything. Bronze takes us to 404 workers needed. They're fine. The neighbours have all devolved, but these two are fine. Yeah, we need all... We probably could shut down the wine industry. Oh, that's tragic. Well, everyone's happy at least. Now, presumably all the miserable people have moved out. Right, why has that happened? Presumably you've not got enough workers. I'm a bit gutted about that. That's quite expensive. So I'll just rebuild it without learning any lessons, and hope that it doesn't happen again. $256 workers needed, and they've still not got food. What are you doing? Where's the chappie? It's a pretty short-term measure, but if I shut everything down, you just store up the grapes in the storage yard. That means the crop hasn't been lost, it's just been delayed. What else can I shut down? There's 289 excess workers, and I don't know where they're working. There's only wheat and grapes that are operating normally. Presumably everybody else is like these storage yards. Like this one that's not doing anything for anybody. That the entertainment sector, I guess. Shame it doesn't break it down any more than that. Right, hygiene and safety has got to take priority. Husbandry? Well, I guess that's just farming, isn't it? A lot of people doing some farming. Right, we've got housing for 912 people. We've got to wait for them to all arrive. So much housing available. It's housing for 1,600 people. With a bit of luck, we'll just be flooded with employees. We won't know what to do, there'll be so many. That was not the time, Lemnos, and even if it was the time, I'm not giving you them. 22 suits of armour. It's quite valuable. Right, 201 workers needed. How many people were arrived last? 52 newcomers arrived. This is the problem, you see. They arrive in a steady stream. It's going to take a year to get back up to where I need to be. Oh, that's rough. Society graph. Rabble warriors. Right, so they're going to get annoyed. Probably going to start invading. Hopefully by then I'll have everything back under control. 136 workers needed. How many people arrived this month? This is about 100, isn't it? 148. Yeah, whatever. It's hush money, and right now I'm all about hush. What's
Have you ever seen more solid buildings? Archimedes would be proud.
I mean, I guess I should be. I don't know whether to be annoyed or not. He could have walked that little bit further. Or I could have built an extra maintenance shed. I also would have liked a bit of notification. It's only by listening to the sound effects of like the collapsed building sound that I was able to realise what was going on. Right, what's the employment situation? Good, we've got unemployment. So we'll start by opening up the wine industry. 50 employees needed. Good. Why are you unhappy? I don't think anything I can do about that. We've got all the food we need, so that shouldn't happen again. He says. Hygiene's no longer perfect. Well, I guess it's because everybody's missing meals. So we're up to 0 workers needed. Good. I'll wait just a smidgen and reopen the armour industry. Because we've already got a stockpile of bronze. That sounds like more lava and wage increases. Oh, a tidal wave. It's funny. I just thought I'd get on my feet then.
There was never a genius without a...
Right, I'll rebuild that pier to Libya, along with all the wheat that got lost. I'll have to rebuy that. Rebuy that. So the danger areas of this are all along here, all over here. I guess something's going to happen down here next. Still, I don't have to pay to clear the rubble out. I guess that's something. And we'll just put it back. I can wait. It's a bit of a shame, because now I'm back down to needing 288 workers, so we'll shut down the armour industry and the wine? Yeah. Shut down the wine industry. And we'll rebuild. You know what's even more tragic is all the sort of olive oil and the fleece and everything that was inside those houses that was destroyed. Still, we'll rebuild bigger and better than we did before. And I thought this was going to be a pretty laid-back and chill mission, but it's really not. I'm considering how to like speed forward to these requirements. I can support 4 hoplites. I can do 2 triremes once I get the population. How's the expenses are atrocious. Can I go to Daddy Iolcus and ask for some money? You know, call it disaster relief. Checks payable to MY Pocket and Son. He's respectful. Can I have some money? He's saying can I have that money back. Right. I don't feel too incompetent.
Worship me, the famed Apollo, and the future will become as clear as day.
Why does he sound like that? I was Apollo is the only god of the pantheon that maintains his name. Is Apollo to the Greeks? Is Apollo to the Romans? Everybody else changes names. He is one of the more powerful gods. Actually, you wouldn't have guessed it. He's young. He's supposed to represent what the Greeks called the ephebe, which was the boy that's just coming to age of a man, somewhere between 17 and 18-year-olds that are just trying to find who they are. The god, they're represented in the god Apollo and in the hero Achilles, who in the Iliad is like given to bouts of uncontrollable rage and can't control his temper, and you know, he's a bit stroppy, you know, a bit like a teenager. But yeah, Apollo is supposed to be like incredibly powerful and quite a 1,000 drachma. Bloody hell. How much armor have I given you? But yeah, it's supposed to be like quite powerful, and because there's supposed to be nothing more powerful. Well, there's supposed to be one thing more powerful than a Phoebe coming of age, and that is a woman of marriageable age that isn't married. Apparently, in the Greek mythology, it's a terrifying prospect. Because it's like it's like potential power that's not harnessed. It could go anywhere, and I don't know. Maybe they've got a point. That's one for the to get me. I don't know. If it was monetized, it's demonetized, but I'm not. So I can say what I like. Yeah. Right. What am I doing now? I'm waiting for people to come back into the danger zone. Listen, into the splash zone. First 3 houses may get wet. And in the meantime, I have unemployment again, so we'll reopen the armour industry. So the order of importance at the moment is armour industry, wine industry, bronze industry. Well, that might switch as my supplies of bronze are running out. Oh, what are you missing? And why are you missing it? Ah, that's what got destroyed. That wasn't housing. That was the agora. Oh, not Grand Agora. What was that just collapsed? In fact, we'll get rid of all those shacks while they're still shacks. Food. I can't believe I didn't notice that. Why didn't you tell me? You, the viewer. You might comment after the fact, but that's no good. I didn't know I still had a winery there. Right, we didn't do very well at the Pythian Games, but I'll be honest, culture's not very high on the list of priorities. All the timber has regrown. It's been so long since the timber industry's been up and running. Now we've got some unemployment again, which is nice, and we still have housing for 296 more people. So I think reopen bronze. 36 is manageable. There's a fire in the city. Ah, yes. That's something that I forgot to rebuild. You need some fleece. You've got some fleece. And more tragically, my gardens were destroyed. So we'll have to rebuild them as well. The hedge maze and the gazebo. And all the parks, but not that park, because that's going to be housing. Now, do I get a commemorative monument for just such a, for the rotten time I'm having in this city? Everything's going wrong. The only thing that hasn't happened is that I've not been invaded by immortals yet. And having said that, I'm now wondering whether that's what's next on the horizon. But to prevent any like mortal invasions, I'm going to I will put some more nice elite housing in. We'll have that, and we'll have some nice parks around it. Maybe even a nice bench, who knows. So what's 2,000 people for the first time? We've made it. Right, that is perfectly appealing, and you know it.
I am Athena.
Like everyone wanted on it now.
Grove will grace your city.
Although if it was to build a sanctuary, Dionysus gets first dibs because he asked first. And also, I've already got one to Athena in Athens. No, not in Athens, in the Iolcus. Right, so that's quite a lot of grapes now. So, and we've got quite a bit of unemployment, so we'll open up the wine industry. And since we've probably got a bit of a backlog, I'm going to put some more wineries in. Yeah, temporary wineries. And we can sell those, we'll sell some wine. There's always wine to sell. How are we doing for olive oil? Coping. It's good a way to put it as any. Right, we need some horses. And I think I may as well find some. What I've learnt, if nothing else, is that I probably ought to build another maintenance shed here and expand the agriculture up a little bit. But that seems a bit too forward thinking, so I'll try and just put a horse ranch in. Oh, I don't know. I was hoping somewhere like that, but it just doesn't fit. I don't know where a good place would be. So how about we'll put. This feels really inefficient, but I'll have a singular horse ranch there, put that there, and then we'll put a roadblock in there, and another maintenance shed in there. Something I perhaps should have done a while ago. Which will allow for more wheat farms. Not that they're necessary, but I am a little bit paranoid now about food, as you can imagine. Right, I am not paying those people that much money. Oh, I've run out of money. I wonder if anybody's going to bail me out. Nope, doesn't look like it. It's fine, I'll bail myself out. Oh, thank you, Naxos. Finally, that would have sent them as paying off. Have a nice park down here to get these people in. And then now we've got a bit of spare population and most industries are up and running. I'm going to try and fulfill that goal of having 2 trireme wharfs. I don't know where the best place to have them is. Probably out of the way. I could put it there, but these people are probably going to complain. I don't know what desirability is on them, but I don't think it's... Oh, we're all off to... so I don't fancy our chances. Oh, not bad. It's, I don't know what that means in terms of odds. But, not bad's better than terrible. Just drama. We don't do drama here. We've got enough drama. We don't need to recreate it. I'll put 2 trireme wharfs in, and then worry about the consequences. We'll put it here, and then worry about the consequences later. Huh. That's fine, that's to be expected. How much more housing? We've got 559 more people to move in. More if these people would just get with the programme. Have a nice Doric column, there we go. That doesn't do anything for you. Oh, that's a waste of time. Does a row of parks help? Suppose I put that in like that. No, you're just being really awkward. Why don't you have a large fish pond and have a secondary large fish pond? We lost the games. Probably quite handily since they didn't say we came second. Usually it tells you when you come second, doesn't it? Right, these people are doing an awful lot of moaning about how undesirable it is. I don't want to use the commemorative monuments because I quite like to use them for the posh housing, because I'm a snob. Frankly, what else have we got? A horse trainer. We don't need a horse trainer, but it's good to have. Now, is that tax collector, for the love of God, doing his job? Yes, he is. Whew, probably had a cold sweat there. In fact, I'm so paranoid about that, I will rebuild the tax office, just to make sure he's actually within this thing. I'd also quite like to know why that stadium collapsed. Stymphalus. Oh. Oh, it's fine. I'll just... probably because I used my own supply, didn't I? I'll just reopen the timber industry. Right. He kind of gets there, but also doesn't get there. I don't like those odds. I'll just put another maintenance office in. Ooh, nice. So I can support 12 hoplites, 2 triremes and produce 36 suits of armour in 1 year. I'll put wage rates to very high. I know I don't usually like to do this, but I'm getting to the point now where I'd quite like this mission to end. So we'll have another foundry and another weaponsmith. An armoury even. I don't want these people to get in the way of actual production, so if I'll move these
I'm Dionysus, god of the vine.
Good to know.
Worship me, and fruits of the vine will burst forth.
Right, so that seems quite industrious, really. And then if I have another foundry, oh, I don't know, there, so it's not in the way of the copper ore, that should get us to our production goal. I hope. Well, now I've got the 2 triremes, I don't actually need to man them, do I? And we got to 3,000. That happened fast. Well, that happened really fast. But I don't need to man the triremes, I just need to have them. There we go. Which gives me 12% unemployment. So I can pay my workers normally, and that takes us down to 1%. And now we have a flourishing. Oh, best is 35. Right, this year's the year. I mean, while I'm here, I may as well just, you know, spruce up the city. Let's put the commemorative monument that was going to go to the poor housing, send it to the rich housing as well, instead. Because I am that kind of guy. I'll have the parks, do that there, spend all my money, you know. That is, whoa, 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 whoa. That's where my money went. What can I do to cram more people into these houses? Nothing yet, because I don't have the money. But I will have when these houses become really nice. Generated 34 drachma in tax so far this year. And it's only February. Oh, that's a lot of wine as well. I should be selling that wine. Also, I'll give some away. Who wants wine? Iolcus. Yeah, we go. Have some wine. There we go. Generous to a fault. The fault being I'm generous. Let's put a nice hedge maze there. Well, I got there quick. I keep forgetting I'm running short of money and just going on a spending splurge. Trying to get these houses to be nice. Housing for 266 more people. Everything's tickety-boo. Yeah, the armour first needs to be fast. There's so much demand for the stuff. I wonder how much I produced this year. Well, if it's 35 last year, it's got to be more. Just by the fact that A, there's more of them, and B, they're all running. It's a steady pace. I never get the proportion, but it seems like a... Still in shambles. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry, buddy. I'll do better next time. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 foundries and 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 armories. By the looks of it, we're producing just enough bronze to keep them all just about working. Ooh, that's the wrong button. Wisest thinkers, what are our chances? Good.
Have you ever seen more solid buildings? Archimedes would be proud.
Don't know, the armour chap here is he's really taking it slow. It's not as bad as when we were in Athens. I mean, the amount of fighting I was doing, I couldn't supply them of houses with armour fast enough. Right, 6% unemployment. can I cut wages down? Yes, can actually. I wonder how long I can do that before people get unhappy. And I like how I'm like cutting costs and really scrimping on saving now that it's not necessary.
I'm Dionysus.
Oh, sorry Dionysus, I've run out of time. End of the year we should have...
The vine will burst forth.
That's a lot of suits of armour. And still, they've not got any. Oh, came second. I'm loath to speak your name by Jingo. It's been a while since we've had this one. I'm loath to speak your name by Jingo because it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Of Lemnos, I'm extremely angry with you. There's no telling what I might do. Well, hopefully you'll do it after the year end. Because I've got a feeling there's 17 there. We've sold 16. So that's 37, right? No, that's 33. Because I can't count. And let's not take into account the odds and ends of armour that these people have got. We've definitely got more than 36. How do people feel about me? I mean, just in general, I guess. Popularity is superb, food levels good, employment good, hygiene great, unrest none, finances up. And there are no requests. We've got provisions for 5 months. If I was sensible, I'd probably build another granary to make it more than that. Or just increase the capacity of the current ones. There we go. I don't know why I set that to half. I guess I was thinking that I would have one central granary where they'd all deposit it, and these other ones would just equally divide it out amongst themselves. But it just never happened that way. I think it was just to make sure that one granary didn't just hog it all. So we've got food for 8 months. That's still pretty bad. With a siege situation, we can last for most of the year. If Europa Universalis forces anything to go by, we can have sieges going on for about 3 years. Oh, there we go.
Loyal fighting men are more than capable of defending their homes from harm. Now it is time to return to mighty Iolcus and establish the city's dominance in Greece once and for all. Your trusted general, Corinth, will lead the city in your absence.
Corinth, that's appropriately named. So we do get to go back to Iolcus, which is nice. And they say that fighting men defended their homes from harm, but the actual fighting men never got a chance. But never mind. Well, that's that. And I will see you in Iolcus.